Hello, everyone. Welcome to Study the Bible with me. My name's Michael, and my lovely wife Sharon is running the camera.
As usual, hello everybody. We are having a rainy day. You may hear a little thunder, so don't be alarmed.
I'd like to start off with a great big thank you to Calvin and Marie of Southern Country Living. They have a wonderful YouTube channel. Sharon and I watch it every Sunday morning before church. They do a devotion. They have other things and show what they've done during the week. You'll really like it. It's a good, wholesome channel, very uplifting. And thank you, Calvin and Marie, for putting your trust and your confidence in me and promoting this.
Yeah, big shout out to Calvin and Marie. We love them.
All right, today I want to bring you something that I heard last week. And I told the pastor, I said, that was one great message. I've taken a lot of notes and I'm going to steal your sermon. And he laughed. That's a common joke and saying among preachers. Actually, he did it his way, but he gave me a lot of good ideas, things I've never thought about before in this particular context. He talked about the ups and downs of life, and he went through a few things. Some things were personal, some things are general. And then he talked about how Jesus had ups and downs in his life and how we can draw strength from that. His up, Jesus' first up, was when he was with the Father and the Holy Spirit before creation. They laid out the plans for salvation, but he was total Godhead, had all the splendor and glory of heaven. And then, at the fulfillment of time, when time was right, he came to earth. And he condensated down to our level.
Can you imagine, Michael, being in glory, glorious heaven? We have no words can express how magnificent it is, and then to come into this world,
right,
where sin lives and human nature lives, and a lot of wrongdoings going on.
Hunger, pain, hatred,
agony.
It would be as if, his descent to humanity was greater than if we could descend down to the level of the cockroach and live among them. But you get an idea of how far he brought himself down in his glory and his fullness into a shell of a human being.
Yeah.
And he was born and he lived a spotless life. In Luke, it says that he grew in favor with man and God. He lived a perfect life, did everything well. So that was kind of an up. Then he entered his ministry, and that was a down. Especially with the Pharisees and the Sadducees, the religious leaders, who knew the scriptures, who knew who to look for, knew that he fulfilled all the prophecies for the Messiah, as far as his place of birth and so on. Then he had it down when one of his closest allies betrayed him, turned him into the Romans. Then he had it down when he was tried in a monkey trial, in a monkey court, and he was beaten. Even before judgment was passed, they would put a sack over his head and punch him, slap him, and say, "Go ahead, tell us who did that. You got God's power, you can tell us who did that." But he took all that without saying a word.
Is that in the scriptures?
That's when he was being tried in the house of Caiaphas, the high priest.
Oh.
Then he went to Pilate, and Pilate had him whipped, brought him out to the people, showed him, said, "I find no fault in this man." He had interviewed him, talked to him. And then Pilate asked the wrong question. He said, Jesus was talking to him, and Pilate said, "What is truth?" And truth is not a what. Truth is a who. Jesus is the only truth. We may see things as true, but he is the truth. Then he was condemned to death on the cross, and that was a huge down. It was the most vile, disgusting, painful form of execution that mankind has invented. And then he died, and he went down into the grave. But then he descended down to hell and met Satan and took from him the keys of death, hell, and the grave.
And made a mockery.
He did. He went all the way down to Satan's lair to get the keys to death, hell, and the grave to show me that I will never be trapped there. He has the key. So even if we die, the grave can't hold us, Satan can't hold us, because Jesus has the key. And then he had an up. He came back up to the grave. He brought his body back to life. He said in scriptures, I have the power to lay my life down and I have the power to take it up again. And he did. After he defeated Satan, he came back, took on his bodily form, which was now going to be glorified. And then he came back up to show me and you. He appeared first to the disciples in the upper room, just appearing in the middle of the room where they had the door locked. So he proved that he has power over natural elements. He's not hindered by physics. He's not hindered by anything. If he wants something, he can do it. After that, he ascended to show me the way home. Now that is an up. That is the supreme up.
That is victorious.
And like I say, I wanted to share these notes with you that I got from the pastor's sermon. Wonderful message. Wonderful message. And I hope this has helped you. Let me say this in closing. This is going to be brief today. We're sorry about the delay in posting. We've had a few technical difficulties, and I am not a technical person. So fortunately, my buddy Joe is, and thank you, Joe, for the wonderful help you've given us to help us keep going. All right, now, until next time.
Hey, Michael, I want to add this. You were taking these notes from last week's sermon, but I want you to know that last week they celebrated Ascension Sunday.
That's right. That's why the pastor's message was about ups and downs.
And then after the service, everybody went outside and a person held a basket. And in that basket was a pure white dove. They opened the basket, and that dove ascended up to the heavens, ascended up to the sky with that brilliant white. And oh my goodness.
It was amazing. Came out of the basket, went up and kind of looked around, flew around, and then took off for home.
It was just something to see. I've never experienced anything like that before. It was really amazing.
All right. Well, like I say, thank you to Calvin and Marie.
Yeah.
We really appreciate the promotion. And thank you, Joe. And thank you, too, to you viewers. You mean a lot. We've had a significant increase this week, and we appreciate each and every one of you. So please, I hate to say it because I don't want to sound like all the others, but if you would like it, and share the message. If you think this message was good, share it with somebody.
And subscribe.
And subscribe.
And like. And comment.
Yes, I do look at the comments. Thank you.
We do love to let us know where you're from. And let us know what you like and you don't like about the videos.
And while we're on the subject, we're near Chattanooga, Tennessee, just north of Chattanooga.
In a town called Cleveland, Tennessee. Beautiful town. We're at the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. Beautiful country.
All right. Well, we will see you next time.
All right.
Thank you
for watching, friends. Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.